YouTube. What I'm here trying to do today is I'm going to start walking you through the process of building a biodome, or a greenhouse made out of a dome. The biosphere seems to be a very viable alternative to growing things year-round, especially living in the Midwest like we do here, or I do here. The purpose is simply to be able to raise food year-round. Oftentimes my job takes me away from here months on end. I'm gone out of state a lot, but nonetheless, when I'm here, I still like to have things to put around. I like to grow things. Probably my farmer background, I suppose, for my family, not me by any stretch. But I've gone to online for the past, 8, 9, 10 months, searching for how-tos, for do-it-yourselfers like myself, so I could build one. There's a lot of kits that are available. A lot of them look very good, very viable, but they also look expensive. To my eyes, they seem expensive because I have a construction background. I've been a carpenter since 1976. I'm pretty good at putting things together. I know how they do go together and how to work things. It's probably, for me, not a good alternative. For people who don't have the experience that I do as far as construction, they're a great idea. But as I go through a lot of the videos and things, everybody has their own way of doing things, and they explain things a certain way. They show just a little bit of this and a little bit of that, or how to put it all together, and it just is not working because you have to know real well what they're talking about, especially when it comes to construction. So what I'm going to try and do is walk you through the process little by little as we go. I don't know if I got the date set on that or not, but today is July 15th, I believe. So we'll see how long it takes me to put it together in my spare time, because I got too many projects going at one time, so I'll just fit it in when I can. I've got a few things cut. I'll show you a little bit of that, I suppose, but I'll show you how I'm doing it. Number one is material. You can go to any local warehouse or lumber yard, Home Depot, Lowe's, etc. Around in the Midwest, we have a regional one called Menards. It's good material, or it's good enough for what you need anyways. But even then, it starts to get a little bit costly. You can build a whole dome probably for wood material for about $500, $600. But I'm going to see if I can do it even less than that. I found a company that buys old construction material from finished projects. Well, the wood is still good, so they buy pennies on the dollar. They turn around and they resell it for pennies on the dollar, make a little bit of profit along the way. And the material, sometimes it's been sitting out in the yard for a little while, so it's not quite as good as you would like. But because I'm going to be building a 22-foot dome, as my plan is, the longest strut that I need is only going to be 4.5 feet long. So I figure if I can cut something into 5-foot lengths, I can get everything I need out of that, and that'll work fine. There might be a little bit of waste, but for what I paid, it's not going to be a big deal. I'll total it all up, and I'll keep the tallies going for you at a future time. The main reason I'm doing this is a lot of interest. I like to grow things, but the price of food is just going through the roof, and it's only getting worse. Personally, I think one of the main reasons is because we started making ethanol. Ethanol's got a great theory and everything, but we're taking good food, corn, and we're turning it into ethanol, which is great for running vehicles and things like that, but we're taking food out of the cow's mouth, out of the pig's mouth, out of the chicken's scratch, and we're putting it into a fuel tank that is very inefficient. Chickens and cows and things are much more efficient at converting it into energy or food than a car is. No matter how many miles per gallon you get out of it, it's not as near as efficient running down to the grocery store and buying it. Especially when you realize it takes more energy to make a gallon of ethanol than it does it produces. But that's not the content or the purpose of this video. The purpose of the video is strictly just to show you what I'm doing and how I'm going to build this dome, and I'm going to try and give you a more step-by-step detailed method along the way so that you can figure out for yourself how it's going to work. Because not everything's going to work for you the same way it does for me, but when you got the basics down, you can pretty much figure it out and get your own system to work. So that's probably the biggest reason I'm doing this. And as you search throughout the internet, you're going to find 1,000 other places out there. Look them over by every stretch. But anyways, what we're going to start now is some of the wood I bought. I'll take you around the corner, and I'll show you just basically how I cut it up real quick. There were 16-foot lengths. I'm hoping to get 2 to 3 good 5-foot sections to cut struts out of each board. If I get 2, I'm still ahead. If I get 3, great. It's beans, right? Anyways, stop there and we'll go there. Hang on.